Hello, this is Zeke777, and welcome to episode 21 of Simply Magic 2. Got a couple little things planned today. First off, I want to make a couple tweaks to the system down here. I've done a lot of building, and one of the things that I noticed was I was actually placing blocks faster than I could process them. Now I could try to speed this whole process up, but I'm going to go the easier route of simply, let's just bump up our numbers. Then it'll just take longer to actually catch up. So basically, I was running into a bit of a bottleneck where I do actually need another speed upgrade over here, so I need to get more of those. You can see I've got a ton of baked potatoes now because it was basically getting stuck where my potatoes were kind of getting backlogged into the system here. And since I was only pulling a couple sand at a time into here, it would only basically lock up these first two hoppers. These were just completely filled with potatoes, and then nothing else is getting filled with anything. So it was kind of backlogging the system. Basically, yeah, it's kind of the thing I'm running into a little bit. The input routing nodes can't keep up because this was full of items. The input over here was full of items. Everything was just full, and this wasn't processing. So what I'm going to do to kind of not really fix the problem, just kind of delay it, is I'm just going to keep larger stocks of everything. That way it doesn't really have to start processing everything all at once. So let's bump you up as well. And I should have room for all of these. Need to double check, but I think this one is set for 100 and some stacks, so that should be good. So let's run upstairs real quick here. Not that, eat. That's what I want. Click too fast. There we go. So let's go ahead and eat. So I can run. Whee! And let's check out our storage here. So we've got glass, let's see, 29 stacks of that. That's should be good. Mana glass, this has a max limit of 104 stacks, so that should be good if I bump that up. And Alf glass, I didn't bump that one up yet, but I'll bump that one too. That's 3 stacks in there. I have a stack that's kept on me at all times. So if I empty everything, you can see these things will start filling my inventory again. So stone will start filling up. I think I have the corrosive stone as well. Living rocks in here. You know what I need to do? These are currently not being kept over here. Let's throw that in there. So basically, it all works. It just is a little slow for what I need, but that's okay. Next up, let me go fix my Alf glass, because I didn't bump that one up yet. Alf glass is not over here. Alf glass is upstairs. But all in all, the system is actually working pretty nicely. I'm really quite happy with it. Let's just bump. The only problem is it's a little bit of a pain getting around here. You, Alf glass. Okay. You are currently keeping 2 stacks. 4 stacks. Let's do 8 stacks. More than I'll need for a while. Let's start processing. I've got my Sognolias working there. Yeah. Again, this kind of can't keep up. Kind of can, kind of can't. It's working. As long as it's only really processing one thing at a time, which the way the system is set up, it should only pull a couple things at a time. Should be working fine. Let's see, this here, mana is a little low. I think I might actually be draining this faster than I'm using it, or faster than I'm getting it. It's hard to tell, because I mean, right now it is processing sand into cobblestone, glass is being smelted, glass turns into mana glass is then getting sent over here to Alf glass. It's doing quite a few things at once, which is actually draining my mana quite a bit, but I think we're fine. So yeah, let me go ahead and get the parts I need for the next step of what I wanted. Not fix, but expand. Yeah. So I'm going through, and I'm just kind of adding a couple things here and there for what I want to be auto-crafted, and working my way through, and I'm thinking, okay, well I want a Corporea Crystal Cube. I want that to be auto-crafted. So in order to do that, I need to auto-craft the Corporea Sparks. In order to do that, I need Sparks. And in order to do Sparks, I need Blaze Rods. Well, specifically Blaze Powder, but Blaze Rods. And I really only have like a stack or so here. In fact, I think I already used them and turned them into dust, and then, yeah. So, Blaze Rods are kind of the problem right now. And I'm going through everything in this pack, and I can't think of what is actually a good way to automatically farm those. So, I mean, I can always just go to the nether here, and I can might just do this while I'm talking here. I can always go to the Nether and just like kill them, or I can, you know, steal a spawner, bring it to the overworld, and all that stuff. But the problem is that I can't really find any good way of automatically killing things and getting the player drops. So like when a player kills the blaze, you can get a blaze rod, but otherwise, if it like dies to fall damage or to a bellthorn or to the ritual, what was it, the well of suffering, it won't actually do what I need it to do, which is drop the blaze rods. Go away. So yeah, how are we gonna do this? The answer is Evilcraft, unfortunately. I say unfortunately because, not because it's like a bad mod or anything, but because this is the extent of what I have, is I have a book. That's it. So really it's kind of gonna be difficult. I have quite a few different infrastructure things I'll need to do. Let's kill all these guys. Kill you. Yeah, so infrastructure. Luckily, there is some compatibility. What did I get? 5? It's enough to make 5 sparks. There's a bit of compatibility with blood magic. There's a thing called a creative, or not creative, as in a creative world just now, trying to figure out what all it can do. So I'd need it's called a blood drop. And what that does is basically links to my LP network. Let's reload here. It links to my LP network and uses my LP in place of blood. Now that all boils down to I need a spirit furnace. So if we open up our book here, if we go to, let's see, using spirits, the spirit furnace. What this does is basically a big multi-block structure that you put in a box that has your spirit that you want to kill, and provide it with power, aka blood, aka LP. Put it in this big box, and out pops materials. So let me see what all I need in order to actually get this infrastructure working. I need a blood infusion core. I gotta figure out how to make this stuff. So let me be right back. So I guess the kind of thing to start with is by making a blood extractor. So I made quite a few of them. You can just combine them to increase their capacity. Got that. I did a bit of reading, and this spiked plate might actually just do what I need anyway. I can test that pretty quickly. I'm just going to run to the Nether, toss this underneath, and see if it'll actually damage and kill the blazes. It might not. They might just fly away. Otherwise, I can use the blood extractor to get blood out of creatures I kill, or also out of blood spots on the ground. I actually inadvertently made a couple of those already, just out of my favorite spell of teleporting mobs to the ceiling. Turns out when they die, they go splat. So here's a little bit of blood. Just shift right click with it to extract a little. So 400 blood. Let me grab these real quick. Cool. And I believe if you just right click, it'll place it in world, and I think it hardens after a little while. Maybe. We'll find out. Do you hurt? No. Okay. We'll test it for a little bit. Anyway, let's go and test to see if this will actually work on just killing my blazes directly. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 5, whatever. These don't take damage when you walk over them. It's pretty effective at killing those, at least. That does hurt them. The trick is keeping them here. Let's see if I can just grab you. Place you here and hit you. Nope, that didn't work. I was hoping to hit him with the kind of stun effect that I have on this spell. So, kind of works, hurts them, but they just fly away. Let me put a little room together. I might be able to kind of abuse the fact that I can just put a ceiling on them. Killed a couple of these guys. The blood does eventually harden if you let it sit here. Dried blood liquefies with rain or by breaking it. So I'm wondering if I just break it with Silk Touch. Yep, that works. Cool. I'm going to collect a couple of those, and also going to kill that ghast. I hear a ghast somewhere. There he is. Must kill. Yeah, it's kind of funny. There's an episode a long while back before I got my flight spell, and it took me forever to get 3 ghast tears, and there's 2 right there. Yeah. So I'm actually doing pretty well for ghast tears at the moment. So it seems that most of the things in this mod are kind of gated behind the blood infuser here. This guy is crafted with the blood infusion core, which is a dark power gem surrounded by hardened blood shards. Blood shards, easy enough. The block of blood that I had earlier, tossed it into the furnace. Normally it gives you 9, but since I tossed it into a calefactor here with all 3, it gave me an extra one. Woo! Free stuff. Next thing I need though is the core. Now this, holding shift doesn't tell me anything. Sorry, blood gem. Dark gem, throw a dark gem in the middle of a pool with at least 5 non-hardened blood blocks. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's just do a real quick, I need 5, so 1 there and 1 there. So I'll just toss this in. So right click, right click, right click, right click, right click. So there's 5, toss you in, sucks them all up, and you get a dark power gem. Now it does say that these are a bit easier to craft if you just use a blood infuser, but that's what we're crafting in the first place. So let's get the core here. You go in the middle, surround you with hardened blood shards, and we have a blood infusion core. Now I need, let's see, 8 cobblestone. So just surround you like so. Blood infusion, blood infuser, woo! I think we're probably gonna have a building for this at some point. For now, I kind of want to just get a bit of the basics set up so that I can, you know, get along with what I was trying to do. So let's just place you here for now. Blood infuser. Now, liquid goes in, item goes in, new item comes out. Simple enough, right? So let's see, if I place you here, does that fill up? Cool. Not much, but it helps. So what was I wanting to craft with you? I needed dark blood bricks in order to make my furnace thingy, which takes dark brick in the blood infuser. Easy enough. Dark blood, or dark brick, that is a dark block with brick. Okay, what's dark block? Oh, just gems. Okay, easy enough. I have a bunch of those already made. So let me figure out how many I need and I'll be back. Turns out one of the things I'll need is actually pretty easy to craft. It's the bound blood drop. It's literally just a weak blood orb in here. 10 XP, I guess. XP isn't really a problem at this point. So grab a couple of these out. And I'm just kind of farming these guys on the side because I always need more blaze rods. And it also is filling up my blood, which is shortly not going to be needed. If I toss you in here, did that do anything? That didn't do anything. Now I wonder if I have to have the promise of tenacity in here. I might. I'm not entirely sure. Bowl of promises and a gold promise acceptor, which requires a promise of tenacity, which iron promise, block of iron, and a whole ton of blood. Okay, so I will need lots of blood anyway. So let's kill you because you're here. Unless I'm just not looking at this correctly, which could be correct also. It might be because it's bound, although I don't think that's an issue. Yeah, I think I have to upgrade it. So let me kill a bunch of these guys. Just gonna kind of slowly work my blood supplies up, which actually isn't too far off at this point. Cool. Yeah, let's just keep killing stuff. Go away. Go away. Cool. Whee! Yeah, I'm basically just gonna keep farming these. I just always need more blaze rods because that's the whole reason why I'm doing all this. Because I need, where to go? I need blaze powder to get me my sparks. So yeah, it's kind of a bit of a grindy thing here. Needing to get blood so I can get this, yeah. So I'll be back. So I'm kind of working my way, grinding up to be able to get the Promise of Tenacity number 2. This requires the Gold Promise Acceptor, which requires the Promise of Tenacity 1, which requires Iron Promise Acceptor, and basically just lots of getting blood to be able to do all this. And since I don't have a way of converting my LP to this yet, I gotta do it the old-fashioned way. So, as I was doing this, Promise of Tenacity 2, it needs an Ender Pearl. And I realized that I went through all of my Ender Pearls. They've basically all been converted to Mana Pearls or Pixie Dust, which is what I intended. But, yeah, it's a little annoying. But I found something out. You can combine your blood extractor with these dark tanks. And there's a recipe for dark tank that uses the blocks instead. It's the same, basically, mathematically it works out to the same, it just takes me 2 seconds to make this versus making a bunch of these, combining them to this, blah, blah, blah. Made a couple of these, and I can now hold a lot of blood. And I'm out of ender pearls. So I came over here to the end, and let's go ahead and fly. Now, a few episodes back, kind of between episodes, I covered the entire place with Mage Light, which basically means that the only spawnable area is a small little area. It's a small little area. So we're going to go ahead and make them all rather upset with me. Come on. Because one thing I found out is that if I kill things with a spell, it will also work to be able to gain myself blood. And I pretty much filled up my old extractor in about 1 click. So let's go ahead, that's probably good. So, lots of guys down here. And one thing I've been doing is I've been switching between, I cast my spell, immediately switch to my sword, because then I can get the looting aspect. So let's, pause. Just do, hits most of them. There's still a couple that remain, and then several of them that teleport around. So we'll just wait for those guys to run back here. They're rather annoyingly loud. Come on. Whatever, I'll just kill them anyway. So let's go here. And let's see, I have 8,454 mill buckets. So 8,400. 1,900, or sorry, 19,000. And 50,000. Yeah, it adds up pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and grab my ender pearls. And also my, yeah, lots of ender pearls. Anyway, I'm going to be doing this for a little bit, just to kind of, well, I ran out of ender pearls, so I need a lot of them, and also just to build up lots of blood supply. Alrighty, we are home. Let's go ahead, throw gold promise acceptor, bowl of promises level 1, as opposed to level 0, and an ender pearl. Hitting Shift and W when clicking is what can send it up here. I'm not sure what does that, but I like it. Promise of Tenacity 2. Let's go ahead and grab that. It does not use up this bowl, which is kind of cool. Don't have to make 2 of those. And let's go ahead and toss you in here. Shift right click. Did I just place you in here? Apparently. Cool. I guess it just goes there and replaces this one. Whatever. Let's go ahead, throw our 90 buckets in here. Can hold 160 apparently. And how much do we actually need? We only need 10,000. Which is there. Awesome. Weak blood orb. It wouldn't let me actually even place this in here before I had the proper upgrade. So that's going to go ahead and work, and I'll be right back once that's done. Almost there. Any minute now. There you go. Bound blood drop. So I'm going to assume I have to bind this to myself. Probably same as everything else. There we go. And I have 1 million LP. I actually just checked with my divination sigil here. We have 1 million. That's interesting. It actually is allowing it to fill up further. Huh. Not sure why, but I'll take it. Oh, I bet this acts as a blood orb itself. Huh. Okay, I'm not sure if holding it maybe does something. But whatever, I like it. So if I place this in here, does that start draining either of them? Starts filling that. This doesn't seem to be dropping. That does. Okay, so that does lower my max as well when that goes down. But I can't imagine it'd go down past 1 million for the max. Oh, it's not the max of my network, it's the max of whatever this is holding. Fair enough, that works. Not sure why it has 2 numbers there then, but this can fill up. I don't actually need that at the moment. So take you out, you should start filling up again. Maybe. 44. Almost, maybe. Do I actually have a... I should have my blood orb over there. Let's go ahead and check that out. So, take the long flight over here. What are we at? You are empty. Why are you empty? Probably because it doesn't have enough witches down there to kill. The witches, by the way, it's going pretty good. Go away. You're in the way. So what I might need to do is actually dig out an area here for them to actually sit in. Let's fly around so I can move quickly. Yeah, because these guys out here aren't even getting hurt. So I'll probably just dig a little hole so that when they spawn, they just fall into it and stay within the range. But honestly, it's not high on my priority list because, yeah, this is full now. So that's pretty awesome. This thing here is filling up. It's a little weird that if this is equipped, then it seems to just fill. But whatever, I'll take it. Let me be right back as I figure out what I need for the other parts of this. Okay, for the actual spirit furnace itself, I need 1 spirit furnace block, and I need 33 dark blood bricks. Plus these 4 here gets me, what is that, 37? Yeah. So 37 dark blood bricks, and a blood infusion core. Blood infusion core is just the dark power gem with the hardened blood shards, so I'll need to probably harden that again. So let's do something like this. Place you, where do I want you? That works. Cool. Where is my extractor? Oh. I wonder if I can extract from here. Can I? Oh, I can. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. More than I'll need, but that's fine. Now, if I right-click you, yeah. So that's going to harden. Then I can break that for the actual shards. So step 1, basically done. Dark power gems, surround that with shards. So, okay, cool. What do I need? Dark blood bricks. These guys are dark bricks in the blood infuser. A dark brick is a dark block surrounded by stone bricks. Gets me 4 of these. So let's see. If I grab 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times 4, 36. Yeah, should be good. And let's take these and surround you. Cool, 36. And let's see. That's getting made, and then these just get processed. Cool, you are hard. Let's grab you with silk so I can smelt it for 10. Run right over here. Toss you in. 10. There we go. Perfect. And let's also then make this thing. Oh, I got apparently 12. Oh no, I had 4. I had 3 on me, so that's fine. Don't actually need you. Toss you in. So blood infusion core, check. Do I need dark blood bricks for this thing? Yes, I do. So run back over here. Toss you in this. So this is going to craft up, and then I'll take 4 of them, turn them into the actual spirit furnace itself, and then the rest are for making the rest of the multi-block. Cool. We have 3 tools that we need left. We need the Vengeance Ring, which then will craft into the Vengeance Focus, and we also need to get a box of Eternal Closure. I have found a couple of these in chests. I'm not sure if I can use the ones that have Vengeance Spirits or not. So I'm going to go with the empty one, which you just craft yourself. I hope. We'll find out. So let's get some crushed dark gems and iron ingots. That's easy enough for crushed dark gems. And I need 4 iron ingots. So let's go ahead and... Where'd you go? Lost it. There you go. Vengeance Ring. Check. Cool. Next up, the Vengeance Focus, which is same things, surrounding it. Cool. Let's just request it again. Cool. Next up, craft you. Now I hope that when you have this equipped, you can see the spirits. So when you kill something, you there's basically little spirits that are left behind. It's kind of a little annoying thing for the most part, from what I've had so far. Just out of, if I kill one of these guys, when I try to attack someone who's behind where he was, there's actually a vengeance spirit sitting in front of it. Yeah, so I do actually need the ring, it seems. Easy enough. Just request these again. And make one. Now, I think I probably will need to actually equip this to my bauble slot, which is fine. So let's try this again, shall we? So, Helmets Blaze, If I kill you, yeah, Vengeance Spirit. So then the focus here would let you basically steal them. However, you need a box of eternal closure first. So we're gonna go craft that. I need a couple things for that. Let's see. Where are you? Box of eternal closure. So I need to get a couple potions of weakness and dark gems again and an ender chest. Let me grab those. Okay, potions of weakness. Let's go ahead and make our ender chests. I think I've got everything to make 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Box of eternal closure. I think I grabbed everything. I should. Oh man. Wait. I'll do it manually. 1 per. Now it said empty. It says Vengeance Spirit now. Not sure if that's going to be a problem. I guess we'll just find out. Place you down. Kill you. And can I capture you? Do I have to open you first? I'll just ignore him. Go in. Cool. Still not quite sure what this dude's doing. Apparently doesn't like me. That's fine. Anyway, I think the blaze is now stuck in here. So let's just pick you up with a pickaxe. Blaze. Awesome. Cool, that works. I don't actually need any more of these. So let's just pick you up. Don't want to deal with you anymore. I think this should be done now. Awesome. Now, again, I think I'm going to have a dedicated building for this. Just because it's kind of a mob farm, and I think I'll do like kind of a mob farm style building. Actually, let's break. That's not what I wanted. I want to break you. For now, I'm just going to kind of put it on this floor. Spirit Furnace, I think it can be anywhere. I'm not entirely sure. And then you have to build your multi-block, which is simply, you basically have a box that surrounds the area that your mob will take up. So since I'm doing a blaze, it's just a 2x1 little mob here. So I should have enough. Except for I don't. I miscounted. Okay, we'll be right back. Let me go craft that. Okay, got the last one. Place you there, and now it's complete. The Spirit Furnace. Unable to cook. No box. So let's toss our blaze in. Cool. Don't know if I'll need this. Probably won't. Might speed it up. Might just increase the amount that it can hold. And let's toss our blood orb, or bound blood drop. Toss that in there. So what this does is it basically just keeps cooking him. So Mr. Blaze kind of gets spawned, and he gives me my blaze rods, which means blaze rods are automated. Yay! That means I can finally start automating crafting of all that I'll need for crafting, because I need to automate corporea for that. So finally got that done. Awesome. So one problem of powering pretty much my whole base off of blood magic is it starts draining. It's actually draining pretty fast. So what I did is I took out my spawner down here, and I want to actually dig this area. You can see it's actually been able to kill them. I think it's, not sure what it is that's allowing it, but basically they'll stop healing themselves, which is a little annoying. Go away. Go away. Go away. So it's going to kind of clear out a little bit of an area here. This should keep them all within an area that they'll actually be able to, take damage. That way I don't have them all running around, and I can just keep my spawner going pretty much indefinitely. So let me clear out this area. That's not what I wanted. Let me clear out this area. Alrighty, nothing too fancy. Let's go ahead and place you back in. So that should still be witches. Yep. Tier 4 witches. Awesome. Those guys are down there. Let's just go ahead and kind of clean up this party. Toss these guys back down here. You go down there. Don't is loud outside the room. Yeah, so that should keep those kind of contained, so I don't worry about, I'm just going to toss you up there. Yeah, won't need to worry about them running away and then tons of entities just sitting there not getting damaged, being useless. Cool. Awesome. I might wall that off. Might make it look a little fancy. For now, that works. So, one of the problems with running my entire base off of LP is I don't actually have that much storage. Anytime I need to be crafting like the slates here, I have to take this out, and then it basically drains down. I had 1 million, and now I'm at 320,000. So I figure since this is all automated anyway, put in all these blank runes, and now I just need to replace these wood planks, break that, and place down a beacon. With this, I have enough now to reach a tier 5 altar. Yeah. So let's go ahead, finish this up real quick. And last one. And then we will be right back. Okay, we've been able to get a bit of our LP back here. We're up to 422,000 now. So that's probably a good time. I do want that to last for a little while. So next up, what we need to do is we want to improve our blood altar, or improve our blood orb. So we should have fast enough generation that I don't need to do much on this. Basically just sit here and watch. So it's I think 80,000 LP, which is usually quite a bit, but yeah, we're able to make it up fast enough. So no real worries, just pretty much sit here and wait. And wait. And still waiting. We'll be back. Behold our new orb, Archmage. Bind that to ourselves. Toss it in and let it charge up. Now one good thing here is that this will actually recharge faster than my old Master Blood Orb, which is now useless, don't need it anymore. One thing I do need to do is once I have this fully charged, which is a little bit faster at least, once that's charged up, I'm going to go ahead and add it to the filter in the input node here. Don't need the Master Orb. The whole point of this is really just that it would be able to pull it automatically from here. So let's put our stone back in there. So that can craft up once I'm done here. Just need to finish crafting up that. Where are we? We are still at 440. So it's a little bit faster than it was. I'm going to probably craft up a bunch more of these speed runes. Like I said, half of these blank runes around here, I mean, it's just all blank. So it's basically just wasted upgrades here. You could always put in more sacrifice runes to get a bit more blood, but at this point this thing fills up all the way with each little tick anyway. Basically more speed runes, maybe some capacity and orb as well. But this should get me, I don't remember how much this holds. Maybe it's 10 million? 100 million? I don't know, somewhere in there. I went from 1 million, so it should be a sizable improvement. And it's worth noting that this thing has been running the whole time. I'm up to, actually probably more than this. Good thing I think I stole a stack out of here already, so making good progress, lots of blaze rods. Like I said, this is kind of a temporary location for it. I want to make a building, probably not the next episode, but in a few episodes here. I want to make a building dedicated to Evilcraft and mobs. In addition, I'll probably put a villager type spawner in there. I have some evil plans for that, and I think it'll fit nicely with Evilcraft. So let's see. I'll be right back. Let me figure out what I'm going to do. We are approaching 2 million mark here. Yeah, not too bad. I'm still not actually sure what the actual limit is. I just wanted to show off real quick. I did expand the outside here. Instead it was just like sheer vertical walls. So I wanted it to be kind of like a big pyramid type building. But I checked the time and I think it's about time to call this episode. We were able to get quite a lot done. We started and got a pretty useful item out of Evilcraft. That's going to be fueling our blaze powder, blaze rod needs. I'm going to expand that, of course. Going to build a new building for it. Probably a building for studying the beasts, if you will. But I think we're going to call this. If you enjoyed, leave a comment, something. Yeah, hope you enjoyed, and have a lovely day. Bye-bye.